Good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Abraham Lincoln, also known as Honest Abe, he was shot in the back of the head. But Bill Gates, also known as the richest man in the world by pirating the idea of Microsoft, he has a net worth of $61.3 billion. That really plays no significance to the speech. Honest guy died, liar gets a lot of money. You all know the resolution by now, but let's break it down a little bit more, shall we? It states that honesty, or the act of telling the truth, is the best policy or the most desirable way to go about something every time. Therefore, in essence, what we are arguing is the kindergarten cliche written by the Bard himself, that honesty is always the best policy. In order for you to have an affirmative ballot, honesty must be shown to always, or 100% of the time, be the most desirable way to go about doing something. Here's a legitimate exception that I'm sure we have all taken a part in. Copying homework. Copying is a form of lying as stated by the MLA handbook, and so we already lie by copying, but it is taken a step farther when the teacher asks, "Did you do your homework?" Now, who in their right mind goes, "I do have the work, but I copied it, and I request that you give me a 0. I mean, you're certainly hurting your grade by taking 0, and despite common, pardon me, BS belief, the person that you copied from has not been negatively affected. They did no extra work, and a Stanford professor of psychology stated that when a student lets another copy his or her homework, not only does the gratitude shown by that student boost their morale, but the satisfaction of knowing that you helped another can alleviate stress and clear one's mind. So in no way does the copying negatively affect anybody, nor does the lying. But the contrary action of not copying and telling the truth could prove harmful to yourself. The fact that one scenario was just given in which honesty is the best policy disproves the resolution, and in essence ends the debate. But let's just keep going for kicks and gigs. Psychoanalyst Dr. Elliot Chang at the Harvard Medical Center conducted a study on 100 patients in which 50 told the truth and 50 told lies. And the results were dumbfounding. In a staggering conclusion, it was found that telling the truth actually raised stress levels by 87%, due to either remembering an entire truth or the severity of a truth, while those who lied could simply mindlessly talk. For the next example, it has been introduced in the news in the past couple of days and plays a role in the life of any major Philadelphia sports fan. Phillies pitcher Cole Hamels gave a welcoming gift to rookie phenom Bryce Harper by intentionally hitting him in Sunday's game against the Nationals. After the game, when asked about hitting him, Cole Hamels admitted to hitting the teenager on purpose, leading to a 5-game suspension of the Phillies ace. Why? Why on earth would you admit to hitting him? Here's how the conversation should have gone. Cole, did you hit Bryce on purpose? Nah, dude, it slipped. It happens. That's it. End of story. He's done. He doesn't get a suspension, doesn't get in any trouble, and his public persona isn't plummeted through the toilet by hitting the person who was nicknamed the Natural at the age of 16 by Sports Illustrated. Finally, in today's society, there are multiple lies that are told almost naturally to bring a beneficial response. Santa Claus. Jolly old Saint Nick is one big fat fib. No obese 1,000-year-old man travels on the world on a sled in one night by flying reindeer, the lead of which has a light-up nose, to bring gifts to all the Christian children of the world while eating their cookies and drinking their milk. So why does this lie exist? To bring excitement and unity to the youth of today, toward the latter part of each calendar year, and also to keep them acting like good little children because he's making a list and he's checking it twice. He's going to find out who's naughty and nice, and nobody wants to get a lump of coal in their stocking. Second, the Tooth Fairy is an imaginary being created that affects more than just the Christian population. According to a child psychologist, Dr. Noah Weber, the pain and agony of losing and growing teeth is diminished by the excitement of getting money and gifts. This imaginary creature has turned what should be a time of pain and suffering for kids into a time where they pull teeth and slam doors and bite into apples to actually lose these teeth. In this instance, lying is not bad, but rather it is great because it saves kids from both the physical and emotional distresses that come along with the teething process. Lastly, heaven and hell. I don't know if they exist, but I do know that no one can honestly say whether or not they do, and because the resolution is saying that honesty is the best policy, it leans toward the negative side, or the negative spectrum of this debate. Now, without having a religious debate, or any atheistic rant, Telltale isn't here, so that won't happen, but why do these mythical places exist? First of all, it brings comfort and closure to those who lose a loved one or someone who is currently going through the painful process of dying. Second of all, it creates a better society because to get into heaven, you must act like a good person. And a large majority of people would rather live in the clouds, able to fly with endless food and drink with no physical repercussion to their body, rather than living in a pool of their own sweat created by the intense and eternal heat from the fire in Satan's home pit. You see, a vote for negative ballot does not, or a vote for the negative does not mean that you are saying that lying is best and the only way to go about doing things all the time. But rather, a negative ballot just says that in certain situations, lying can be a truly good and beneficial decision. Thank you.